Okay, go and start by telling me your name, how much weight you lost, and what period of time.
Hello, I'm Kirsty Suggs. I've lost about 8.5 pounds in a period. I'm on day 5 of the program.
5 days, you've already lost almost 9 pounds. What do you think about the program so far?
I'm really happy. I'm really pleased with what I'm seeing.
That's so awesome.
Hi, my name is Denise, and I lost over 20 pounds in 4 inches on Dr. Applin's weight loss program. I saw an ad on TV for Ultimate Body, and I Googled it and was looking up the information for my first visit. In the 20-minute session, I lost 2 inches. It was very easy. I am a prime example of a person who has come to the program and has stuck to the program and have lost weight. And if you don't believe it, try it for yourself.
My name is Yvonne, and I'm here to learn about Dr. Alpin's program. I seen advertisement on TV, and I was very skeptical. But then I decided, okay, I'm going to go and check it out. Once I got on the program, oh my God, I was amazed. After the first session, I lost at least 3 inches after the first session. The overall program was fantastic, incredible. I lost 3 dress sizes. I mean, how great is that? Dr. Alpin's program is just awesome. Trust me, you'll love it.
Amy Butler from Washington, D.C. I've lost 22 pounds in about 5 weeks, and I have 1 more red light session to go.
That's awesome. So how many inches have you lost with the red light since starting then?
I believe it's about 8 inches in that time.
All right, and what would you say to someone who is skeptical of the program?
You're being foolish if you're skeptical about this program. This program works. If you do what you're told to do, the pounds are going to just come off. It is mind-boggling how quickly it works.
Awesome.
My name's Amy, and I've lost 30 pounds and 15 inches on Dr. Applin's program. The change was rapid. It was hard to believe it was so successful. It was the easiest weight loss plan I've ever been on. I have more energy, I sleep better, and my joints don't hurt. With Dr. Applin's program, you see results immediately. What you get at the end of this program will blow your mind.
My name is Linda Lanier. I've lost 25 pounds. Dr. Applin's program was a breeze. I noticed results after the first week. I'm no longer borderline diabetic. My back doesn't hurt. I'm sleeping well. The best result is going into the store, pulling that dress off the rack, and it actually fits. It will work for you.
Well, Dr. Applin has been helping people like Amy lose weight for more than a decade. He's a published author and was recently featured on Top Doctor's interview as a leading expert in weight loss. Welcome to Great Day, Washington, Dr. Applin.
Thank you so much. I'm just happy to be here.
Well, I'm happy to learn about this because so many people struggle with weight. They're still trying to hold on to that New Year's resolution in January, but a lot of people let it go by the second month.
Well, that's right. You know, this time of year, gym memberships skyrocket, and that's because everyone's trying to get healthy. But the sad truth is that 80% of those new gym memberships will stop going to the gym within just a few months. But there's still good news for those trying to lose weight. Only about 20% of weight loss comes from exercise. The other 80% comes directly from what you put in your mouth.
Wow, so tell me more about that and how weight loss really happens through eating.
Yeah, of course. So our bodies have 3 main sources of fuel. Number 1 is protein, number 2 is sugar, and number 3 is fat. So I'm going to focus a little bit more on the fat because that's what people really want to lose, right? People don't want to just lose weight, they want to burn fat. So right here, I have a model of what 5 pounds of fat actually looks like in your body, right?
Okay.
Yeah, wow is right.
This
exactly.
is hand me this. This is 5 pounds of fat.
That's right. Well, we can break it down to individual cells. So I'm going to use this model to represent one fat cell.
Pick this apart, right.
That's right. And so when we actually talk about losing weight, we're not losing the number of fat cells we have. what's actually happening is the fat cells are shrinking, and as they shrink, your waist shrinks too.
So you want your fat in your body. Can I see this
Yeah,
for
of
people at
course.
home? This is amazing. So right now, if you're feeling bloated or overweight, you're like this, okay?
Everything's puffy. That's what I like to call
Everything,
it.
you're puffy. Dr. Applin wants you to go like that.
That's exactly right.
And
Yep.
you say people are born with a set amount of fat cells.
Well, when we're younger, you have less, but in adult age, it remains largely the same. Meaning the number of fat cells you have today is approximately the same as the number you die with. They just shrink or expand based on how much weight you gain or lose.
So let's go back to the part about what you said about eating. There's lots of different diets out there. Many of them are fads. What should people avoid?
Oh, absolutely. That's a great question because there are a lot of fad diets out there. Some of them even nationally recognized, but they're not actually healthy for you. A lot of them use this cookie cutter approach, which we know just doesn't really work for most people, right? So you might be counting calories or counting carbs or counting points. I always say you shouldn't have to do math in order to lose weight, but the confusing thing for many consumers is that with these programs, they do lose weight in the short term, but because they're not actually feeding the body the proper nutrition, as soon as they come off the diet, the weight comes right back.
You really shouldn't have to do math. I mean, this is your life. You shouldn't be. I'm computing right now. I'm like, okay, I had that cheese. Now I got to have some kale. Tell us about your approach to weight loss. You have a 4-step approach.
That's exactly right. And a lot of people ask us this, what makes your approach different? And first and foremost, all of our programs are completely customized because we know that's going to lead to optimal results. But we do take this 4-phase approach that's really based on scientific principles to change body chemistry to actually boost your body's ability to burn fat. So the first phase is going through a process of neutralizing acidity. And that's because when your body's acidic, you tend to crave acidic foods. Those are the chocolates, the pastas, the breads, right? So by neutralizing that acidity, we're able to naturally reduce those cravings. Phase 2 is detoxification. And that's because these fat cells, they have a very important role in our body. It's a protective mechanism against free radicals. Free radicals are these little molecules that bounce around and do damage to other cells. So what the fat does is it actually traps those molecules inside, but once they're there, it doesn't want to let them go. But by going through a process of natural detoxification, you flush the free radicals out, making your body actually able to burn the fat.
Doesn't that sound good?
It's amazing,
Next
right?
step.
Phase 3 is natural hormone regulation, and this is so important for so many people because after the age of 35, your hormones steadily decline, right? That makes weight loss more difficult as you age. And many people out there, they're probably thinking, I already don't eat a lot of food. I already eat healthy, but I'm still struggling with weight loss.
I have heard that so much. People say, oh my goodness, over the age of 40.
That's right. Well, this
35,
is the
you're
missing
saying.
component
Right.
right there. It's the natural hormone balance. So once we get those hormones in balance, you're able to naturally start to burn that fat again. Phase 4, that's just eating nutrient-dense foods. And many people try to do this on their own, or maybe they've tried one of these other programs that's only focused on phase 4. Unfortunately, they're totally missing those first 3 phases, meaning they're totally ignoring the actual keys to permanent weight loss.
Well, you can help them not ignore it. Tell us where we can go. This new technology is called Ultra Slim, and it helped those ladies lose fat in a short period of time, and you can too. Here to explain is Dr. Corey Applin of Optimal Body. He's been helping people lose weight for over a decade. Dr. Applin is a published author and a leading expert in weight loss for the DC area. Welcome back to the show.
Well, thank you so much for having me back.
Now, the last time you were here, we were talking about New Year's resolutions. It was the beginning of the year. Everybody was talking about it. But nowadays, it's getting warmer out, and people are rethinking their weight loss goals.
That's right. And so I want to revisit something, that I talked about last time. And, what the research shows is that for those who make weight loss a priority for their New Year's resolution, by this time of year, about 80% are already discouraged or have completely given up. And so I want to say something to those people out there that there is no time frame on losing weight, and it's actually never too late to seek help in achieving those goals. But back to your question, yes, absolutely. This time of year, people's mindset totally changes, right? So weather starts going up, and now people are thinking, oh my gosh, I want to look good in a bathing suit. Oh my gosh, I want to fit in that dress again. They want results, but they want results right now.
So how can people get results quickly when they're thinking, oh my gosh, it's already warm. My New Year's resolution is many months away.
Yeah, that's right. And the answer comes from an area you might not expect, and that's technology, right? You think about all the technological advances that have been made in the last 10 years. I mean, your TV is probably bigger, thinner, and lighter. Your cell phone can do more now than a desktop computer could do 10 years ago, but there hadn't really been a whole lot of advances in weight loss technology until just the last few years. But with recent advances in LED technology came the invention of the Ultra Slim red light body slimming. And for those who don't know what the Ultra Slim is, it's the only FDA approved device that's actually approved for immediate fat loss from the body. So it's the perfect solution for those, as we go into beach season and wedding season who are looking for more immediate results.
Okay, so how does this work? Because the ladies, they were just so, oh my gosh, they were so happy with their results. Tell us how it actually works.
Well, the technology is actually pretty incredible. It works by using 300 LED diodes specifically calibrated at a wavelength to penetrate through the skin, and it stimulates this photochemical reaction where it causes your fat cells to empty their contents, which actually releases the fat from it. So the results are actually instantaneous, which is one of the things that's so incredible about this technology. So we're able to get these really good results in a very short period of time.
Okay, so last time you were here, you gave this amazing demonstration of how the fat cells work. And I wanted to know if you could remind our Great Day viewers once again.
Yeah, absolutely. So if I use this model here, this represents what just one fat cell actually looks like, right? So when you lose weight, and it doesn't really matter how you're losing the weight, could be diet, could be exercise, you're not actually getting rid of fat cells. What's happening is the fat cells are shrinking, and as they shrink, you're actually releasing those fatty contents. So what this technology allows us to do is activate that same pathway, but it does it instantaneously.
Instantaneously. Yeah. Okay, so I want to hear this again. How long does it take to see results? Because a lot of people waking up Monday morning after Sunday brunch and they're like this.
Yes.
And you want to get like this.
Well, that's the really cool thing, is that we get to see those results immediately. We're taking measurements just before the treatment, and we're taking measurements just after the treatment. Our average patient is losing 2 to 4 inches in just one 30-minute session. So what that equates to is about 1.5 liters of fat in 30 minutes. To put that in perspective, this right here represents what 1.5 liters of fat actually looks like. And this can be drained from your body in less time than it actually takes me to drive to the office in the morning. And we're able to do that in a very short period of time.
Technology is a beautiful thing. Tell me about the best candidates for Ultra Slim.
Oh, that's a really good question. So the best candidates are actually those who are looking to lose between 5 and 30 pounds, or they're looking to specifically target certain areas of fat, because that's one of the benefits, is we get to control the area that we're actually treating. So we can selectively target the belly fat or the love handles through a series of treatments. We're able to get similar results as liposuction without the dangers of surgery and at just a fraction of that cost.
This is amazing. I'm thinking no amount of Spanx, okay, will get rid of the lumps, right? And then when you go to the gym, the trainers say it's very difficult to spot train on your belly and on your love handles, but this does it for you.
That's right. It's actually impossible through traditional weight loss methods to spot treat certain areas. But with this technology, we have full control over the areas that we're treating. So we're able to selectively target those areas where someone might want to slim down or lose excess fat.
Absolutely.
Coming up, we'll be on location at Optimal Body in Bethesda, Maryland, discussing the latest advances in weight loss and how they can help you successfully lose the weight you desire and improve your overall health and wellness with one of this area's top weight loss doctors, Dr. Corey Applin. Dr. Applin is a leading as well as highly recognized weight loss expert and is a published author and has also been featured locally on Great Day Washington on CBS. Dr. Applin is one of this region's top doctors. Welcome, Dr. Applin. It's a pleasure having you on our program.
Thank you for having me here.
It's your first time, in fact, on the Top Doctors interviews.
That's right.
We have a lot to talk about. We're going to hear from some of your patients a bit later and their experiences they've had with you. I wanted to begin, however, Dr. Applin, by having you please tell us about how so many people struggle with weight loss, have a hard time not only losing the weight, but more difficult is keeping the weight off, right? And I wanted to ask you, because you and your weight loss clinic here in Bethesda, Optimal Body, have certainly established a reputation for excellence. You're helping so many patients throughout the DMV region not only lose weight in a safe and healthy and effective manner, but also, more importantly, keeping that weight loss off. So I wanted to ask you what really you all do here that is unique in that sense, getting these optimal results for so many patients.
Well, first of all, thank you for having me here, and that's a really great question. And when I'm answering that question, sometimes it's easier for me to talk about what our program isn't. So we don't promote fad diets. We don't promote yo-yo dieting. We don't promote diets that are so focused on counting calories or counting carbohydrates or counting points, because we know that those types of programs are very short-sighted. And so from the very beginning, we're always keeping in mind that we want to have long-term lasting results. And in order to do that, you have to change someone's body chemistry to actually make them more efficient at burning fat for fuel. So here in our clinic, we actually take a 4-phase approach in order to achieve those types of results. Phase 1 is actually neutralizing acidity in the body. And that's because when our bodies are acidic, we tend to crave more acidic foods. Those are the chocolates, the breads, the carbohydrates, the pastas, all these things that we love to eat, but unfortunately make us gain more weight. By neutralizing this acidity in the body, we're able to naturally start to reduce those types of cravings. Once we've achieved that, we go through phase 2, which is detoxification. And this is because one of the very, very important roles of fat in our body is to actually protect us from free radicals. Free radicals are these little molecules that bounce around and do cellular damage to other parts of the body. And so what your body does, it's really smart, it actually traps those free radicals inside of the fat cells. Once they're there, they can't do damage elsewhere. But once they're there, your body also doesn't want to give up the fatty contents of those cells because it fears actually releasing those free radicals back in the body. So if we go through a process of natural detoxification to eliminate those free radicals, you're able to prepare your body to be able to burn the actual fat that you want it to burn. Phase 3, and this phase right here is so important, is natural hormone regulation. And for many people, this is the area they struggle with the most, and that's because after the age of 35, our hormones naturally start to decline. And then there's also major hormone events in our lives. For women, that could be having a baby. It could be going through menopause. Things that totally change the hormone composition in our body and unfortunately make it more difficult to lose weight as we age. Many of our clients come in and they tell me, oh my gosh, I'm not eating a lot of food. Or, oh my gosh, the food that I'm eating is really healthy, but I'm still struggling to lose the weight. This is always the missing component right here. By going through a process where we're able to naturally regulate those hormones, we're able to get those signals to the brain to tell your body when it's full. We're able to get the signals to the body to tell your body that it doesn't need to store fat and in fact can burn fat. So we're able to literally flip that switch in the body from store fat, store fat, store fat to make it actually have the ability to start burning fat for fuel. At the end of the day, hormones control everything. They're the ultimate decider in what your resting body weight is actually going to be. So, by going through these processes of natural hormone regulation, we're really able to prep the body to be able to burn the fat for fuel. Phase 4, which is the final phase, is actually eating nutrient-dense foods. Obviously, it's important to feed your body the nutrients it needs, but where many programs fall short is this is the only thing they're focused on. By only focusing on the food, you're totally missing these other really, really important components to not just helping you lose weight, but making sure that weight stays off permanently.
Very interesting, Dr. Appling. You really utilized a total approach, if I may use that phrase,
right. Yep.
to really help each of your patients not only lose the weight in a safe manner, but also most importantly, and I can't emphasize this enough, keep that weight off. And I also understand you have the latest in technology at your disposal here at your clinic as well?
That's absolutely right. So we utilize the only FDA-approved device for immediate fat removal from the body. And so before I describe that, it might help if I describe actually how weight loss works. So many people think that they're losing fat when they lose weight. They're not. Actually, the number of fat cells that we have as an adult rarely changes, meaning the number of fat cells you have today is approximately going to be equal to the number of fat cells you have when you die. So when people gain or lose weight, what's actually happening is the fat cells are shrinking or expanding based on their fatty contents of those cells. So when you lose weight, what's happening is you're taking a plump fat cell and you're squeezing those fatty contents out of it. The cell shrinks and your waistline shrinks with it. What this FDA-approved device does, it kind of fast tracks that process. It actually works on a photochemical trick. So the adipose tissue, which are the cells that contain the fat, it tricks them into opening up their cell membrane. Once that cell membrane is open, the fatty acid contents leak out into the space and they're naturally cleared from the body. What this does is it immediately removes that fat from the body, and it also firms and tightens the skin. So many people who've already lost weight, who have sagging skin, maybe they had a baby and they just haven't been able to lose that last little bit of baby weight, this is the perfect solution for them because we're really able to target those areas that people have difficulty losing weight and really see really amazing results with it.
That's very impressive indeed, Dr. Applin. And as you mentioned, I think you're the only weight loss clinic that has that technology available in this area.
That's right. In this area, we are the only clinic that utilizes this type of technology.
And what are some of the other advantages of the technology that you have here at your disposal for the benefit of your patients that is different than, say, the more traditional weight loss options that most people are familiar with?
That's right. You know, anyone who's struggled losing weight knows that you can't actually choose where that weight loss comes from, right? Say if you have love handles or a larger belly, you can't tell your body, I only want to lose weight from these particular areas. The way our bodies work, it pulls from the area that's most readily available, which isn't always the area we want it to pull from. So by utilizing this technology, we're able to really target those areas that people have difficulty losing weight to not just clear those fatty contents, not just shrink those fat cells, but really help to firm and tighten the skin. That way, they're not only feeling better by losing the weight, but they're also looking better.
Yes, indeed. And who would you say, Dr. Applin, is a good candidate who's watching right now that can benefit from what you offer here?
We work with many clients who've tried so many other types of weight loss programs and either haven't been successful or they've had success and gained the weight right back. So many of our clients are coming in looking for a solution, and not just a solution, they want a long-term solution, and that's where many programs fall short. Our ideal client is looking to lose anywhere from 20 up to 80 pounds that they just haven't been able to achieve that weight loss elsewhere, and they're looking for a better long-term solution.
And that really is the big differentiator, if I may say that word here, with what you all offer, is that a lot of places offer weight loss solutions, right? I mean, they've been around forever in many cases.
Yep.
But what really seems to stand out from our research, for the patients we're going to hear from a bit later, is that not only are your patients losing weight safely and effectively to reach their goals, but most importantly, keeping that weight off moving forward is so key, because unfortunately with the traditional weight loss options, in most cases, they regain the weight and then some, unfortunately.
Well, so many people today, they want to turn to a pill or they want to turn to surgery to lose weight. And what more and more people are learning is that even those options aren't permanent. So we have to have a backup plan. What do you do for that patient who has had lap band surgery or has had gastric bypass surgery or has taken one of the many weight loss medications out there and have lost a lot of weight in the short term, but over time that weight starts to come back? So we take all of those things into consideration in our programs, because every program in our office is fully customized to that particular person and that particular patient, because what works for you isn't necessarily going to work for the person sitting right next to you. So we really have to get down to what exactly that person's body needs to make those necessary changes to make sure that these results are long lasting.
Really, you offer customized weight loss solutions for each patient, because as you said, no two patients are alike.
That's right.
Now, what's the process that a patient would typically go through from when they contact you right through everything?
That's a really great question. So, you know, first when our patients come in, they're greeted with a warm smile. I think that's really important. And we get a complete health history on that person because there are so many factors that go into losing weight, right? Someone's age, someone's health condition, different comorbidities like diabetes or heart disease, medications that someone's on. All those things are factored into our customized programs to make sure that we are suiting the needs of each and every individual person. Now, from there, we actually do a bioelectrical impedance scan. This scan allows us to instantaneously know what somebody's body fat percentage is. That is such a critical piece of information because we're not just trying to help people lose weight, we want them to burn fat, right? It's not about how much weight you lose, it's about how much fat you can actually burn. And so that's the number that we're more focused on because we want to bring people not just into a normal BMI and healthy weight, but we want to make sure that we get that body fat percentage down into a normal healthy range.
Yes, because you made a great point earlier in the interview, and that is, and that's one I didn't know, by the way, and I don't know how many of you all watching know this, but basically our fat cells stay the same in the number that we have in our bodies. The differentiator in losing the weight is that we want to shrink those larger fat cells down.
That's right.
And that's where the weight loss takes place, and that's what you mentioned.
That's right, because in a sense, we actually don't want to change how many fat cells a person has. When a person goes through liposuction, for example, what they're doing is they're sucking out that adipose tissue. Our bodies don't like it when that happens and it kind of freaks out. And so if you've done any research on liposuction, you'll see that in many cases, people develop dysmorphic fat, meaning they get fat deposits in other areas of their body. And it's a natural reaction of the body's response to having these really important adipose tissue cells sucked out. So we're able to achieve those same results, but we're able to do it in a non-invasive way, in a way that's much healthier and natural for our patients.
And doctor, once you get to the point of the treatment beginning, how long does each session typically take? And again, I put in the disclaimer that I'm sure it depends on each patient. Everyone's different.
That's right.
And what they're looking to achieve as far as their results. But in general form, what would you say? Is somebody looking at a half-hour visit or an hour visit?
For the initial consultation, we always leave 60 minutes for that consultation because we really want to get into depth with our patients' health histories. We want to be able to really look at their bioelectrical impedance scan and figure out what the best protocol for that particular person is going to be. From there, every program is customized, so each person's individual program is going to be significantly different. For each visit, the length of the visit totally depends on what that individual case needs, but usually no longer than 30 minutes for follow-up visits.
Now, so many of your patients are achieving great results. Can you please tell us about that a little bit more?
Yeah, so many people on our program lose up to 1 pound of fat per day. Our average patient loses a half a pound of fat each and every day on our program, which is 3 times the national average for weight loss programs. And a common question I frequently get asked is weight loss that rapidly safe? And the answer is yes, it is absolutely safe because you're being monitored throughout the process. And many people have heard that rapid weight loss can be dangerous. That's only if you're cutting out nutrients from the diet. So if you're doing a juice cleanse or a cabbage soup cleanse where your body's not actually getting the nutrients it needs, it can be unsafe to lose weight that rapidly. But all of our programs are completely safe and completely doctor approved.
Yes, medically supervised. And like you said, very safe and highly effective. And speaking of results, we're now going to hear what some of Dr. Aplin's patients have to say.
My name's Amy Butler, and I've lost 30 pounds and 15 inches on Dr. Aplin's program. The change was rapid. It was hard to believe it was so successful. Dr. Aplin's health plan has helped me to change my eating habits, to help me to understand what foods to put together, how much to eat, and the program continues to work. Even though I've left it, I've lost additional weight after leaving the program. The best results from Dr. Aplin's program is that I have more energy, I sleep better, and my joints don't hurt anymore.
My name is Linda Lanier. I've lost 25 pounds in 3 months. Dr. Aplin's program was a breeze. It was simple, it was easy to follow, and I actually enjoyed it. I've learned to eat healthy, I've learned to eat clean. I've learned that I can eat normal just like anybody else and just take the necessary precautions, keeping the weight off and balancing. I learned balance in my life between what I eat and what I do. Health benefits that I've gotten from the program are I am no longer borderline diabetic. I am no longer obese. I'm considered healthy. And just learning healthy food choices have encouraged me to be a better human being and treat my body better. I would tell someone to do it. Do it. I don't have any regrets about doing it.
We're now back with Dr. Applin. Some great work indeed, Doctor. A lot of very happy folks, not only losing weight, but keeping it off.
That's right, yep.
Now, Doctor, as I mentioned earlier as well, not only are your patients losing weight, but also keeping that weight off, thereby making it permanent as far as the weight loss goes. Can you tell us how you're achieving that?
That's right. Thank you for asking that question, because we get asked this all the time. How do you make weight loss results permanent? And it really goes back to what I'd mentioned earlier, which is changing body chemistry, because your body chemistry is what ultimately decides what your resting body weight is going to be. If you don't change your body chemistry, you're always going to have this yo-yo effect. You're going to lose a little weight, gain a little weight right back. Patients on our program, they're achieving long-term success because we're changing the body chemistry, we're making these types of lifestyle modifications that people actually need in order to achieve the permanent weight loss that they actually desire.
After the patient has lost their desired weight, they've kept it off for some time, do you still recommend them to come back occasionally just to monitor things, just to check on things, to make sure they stay in that direction?
Yeah, so we actually consider this phase 5, which is life, right? Everyone has to go back to their normal life. We don't want anyone on a diet forever. You know, our short-term goal is always to help our patients achieve that healthy weight loss, but our long-term goal is to make sure that we're able to guide them after the program to make sure those results last. So we actually have a separate part of our program that's after they're done dieting that really outlines what they need to be doing moving forward to make sure they keep those lasting results, because many people don't know how to eat out at a restaurant. Many people don't know how to go to a birthday party or celebrate something and make sure that they're not going to totally derail the results that we've already had. We have an answer for everything, and we make sure that we hold our patient's hand as long as they need it to make sure that they're achieving those results.
Yes, indeed, doing whatever it takes, right, to make sure they stay on the right track.
Absolutely, yep.
Now, we're literally out of time, Dr. Applin, but I wanted to ask you before I let you go, because obviously your weight loss clinic, Optimal Body, here in Bethesda, Maryland, is one of the leaders in this region in safe, effective weight loss solutions, helping so many folks in this area not only lose weight safely and effectively, but again, as we mentioned multiple times, keeping that weight loss off, which is so important.
That's right.
What do you really feel, beyond the technology, beyond what you've told us here today already, really helps separate you and your weight loss clinic apart from many of the others?
It's really our personalized approach to each and every patient that comes through our office. There is no cookie cutter approach to losing weight that works well for everybody. Everybody's body composition is different, and we have to take so many factors into consideration to make sure that each and every person in our program is achieving those results that we want them to achieve and that they want to achieve.
Well, on that note, Dr. Applin, we'd like to thank you for joining us, educating us, and being a guest on our program. It was our pleasure having you on.
Great. Thank you so much for having me.
We'd love to have you back on in the future.
Thank you.
Thank you.